I think that salaries are kept confidential because people on the same role with the same amount of responsibilities, the same working experience, the same qualification are not earning the same amount of money. Hi friends, welcome and welcome back to the channel. If you're joining me for the first time, hi, welcome. My name is Z. I'm from South Africa. I work and live here in China, and I work as an English teacher, and I make content surrounding my life as an ESL teacher. So if you're interested in that kind of content, please consider subscribing. Also click the notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a video. So on today's video, I want us to talk about salaries. Salaries are a very important conversation, yet people are very skeptical to talk about these conversations. I do get why, because oftentimes when you get a contract, the school will tell you not to disclose your salary. Even elsewhere in the world, when you get a contract, they tell you that you are not supposed to disclose your salary. It's confidential information. I feel this conversation is very important because, one, it will help the next person make an informed decision. Because when it comes to time of signing your own contract, you know what is an ongoing rate, you know what the market rate is, you know what other people are signing for. So knowing that information will help you in making a good and informed decision for yourself. So this conversation can be healthy and important. There's this conversation that constantly seems to surface on Facebook where people are asking if their contracts or their offers are good enough or if they should sign with the school. So someone will get an offer from a school and then they'll go to these Facebook groups and then they'll ask, do you guys think that I should take this offer? Do you think this is a good offer? And oftentimes I see white people answering these questions on some, if it's less than the specific amount, don't take it. If it's less than the specific amount, it's not a good offer. And I ask myself if that answer is taking into consideration the amount of melanin in my skin, because oftentimes the person who will be asking will be black and the person answering is white. I'm not saying that they're giving false information purposefully, but it could be misleading because most times your offer depends on whether you're black or white. A few days ago, I had a conversation with my colleague where we were talking about our current salaries now in our job, and we were comparing them to our previous job and the salaries that we were getting back then. So that made me want to have this conversation with you guys. You see, there's a wide range of factors that contributes to how much the school will offer you on your contract, and it's definitely not based off supply and demand as economics teaches us, and it's not based off skill, knowledge, working experience, and your educational qualification as common sense will tell us. However, there are underlying factors, so today I want us to unpack all of those factors. Generally speaking, I think that salaries are kept confidential because people on the same role with the same amount of responsibilities, the same working experience, the same qualification are not earning the same amount of money. So the companies use that to avoid conflicts amongst the workers and for the workers to use that against them. Because obviously I would go up and be like, yo, why is Miss so-and-so earning more than me while we're doing the same thing and we have the same qualification, you know? But with ESL teaching, it's kind of different. You see, some Chinese people idolizes whiteness. Whiteness is greatness. You see this from how quick it is for a white teacher to get a job, the salary inequality between the white teachers and the teachers of the other races, white teachers getting better offers, and from how a school will try and adjust itself for a white teacher to fit in or not to leave the school. That should tell you something. Just a quick disclaimer, I am not against white people. I don't hate white people. I'm just saying this because these are facts, it's things that we have seen. And if you want to come for me on the comment section on some, yo, why do you hate white people? Just know that I don't hate white people. I'm not against white people. I work with white people and I'm okay with them. So that's that. So here I have factors that contribute to how much the school will offer you. And some of these factors are factors that are not spoken about. So these are amongst others. There's a whole lot of things that contributes, but I'm just going to talk about these few. One is the color of your skin. So obviously I've spoken about that. Whiteness is greatness. You know what they say. They think the lighter you are, the better you are. So obviously if you're white, you're going to get a better offer. The country of your origin. If you come from America and UK, you're obviously going to get better offer than someone who comes from Africa. So make peace with that. The amount of R's in your pronunciation. aka your accent. So if you have an American accent, you're going to have a better offer. Number 4 is negotiation skills. I feel like negotiation skill is a very important skill to possess, because when the school comes to you with a specific offer and you're not happy with it, then you can go ahead and be like, hey, I think you should be paying me 1,000 more because of 1, 2, and 3, and you guys can talk about that. If the school wants to keep you, if the school wants you, they will give you that money. The working experience. I know I said sometimes it doesn't count, but sometimes it does. So when you have longer years of experience, you're supposed to get a higher salary than someone who doesn't have experience. But sometimes schools don't care about that. But yes, it is a factor. It can make it better, you know. The type of school you work for, if you work for a kindergarten or whether you work for a training center or a primary school or whatever, that also affects how much your salary will be. I have heard people say that they earn more in training centers than people in kindergartens. I don't know about that. I don't know. The training center I worked for didn't give me a lot of money, and also it was my first job, so it could be that training centers pay more. Job title. Your job title is also an important one, because I know this from my previous school. If you work as an ESL, you earn more than someone who was a homeroom teacher. Your job title is also a factor of how much your school will offer. Last one is the tier of your city. So if you work for a tier 1 city, you're obviously going to be getting a bigger salary than someone who is going to be joining a school in a tier 3 in the Bundus. So yeah, that is a factor, but also you must bear in mind that the standard of living is higher in a tier 1 city than in a tier 3. Now let's get to what is a good offer. I feel like a good offer varies from individual to individual. For some people it's money, for some people it's their well-being, some people it's time off from work. For me, it's time off from work, Shem. I'm not playing with you. I want to be at home, honestly. I want to take time off. I want to be able to travel or do whatever I want to do, honestly. But so it is paid winter holidays. If I'm going to be renewing with the school, then I must get paid summer holidays, paid sick days. If I don't have to bring my sick notes, that will be a bonus, but usually schools don't want that. I know my previous school was okay with 1 day, but my current school is like, bring a sick note. I'm just sick for 1 day, bring a sick note. Paid personal days. If the school can give me paid personal days, I would love that. Personal days is like you're not coming to work because you have personal stuff to deal with. So yeah, usually you have to give notice for that. In my previous school, you had to give a 2-week notice, but some things are just sudden, you don't have time to give a notice for. So yeah, Christmas, paid Christmas day, paid New Year's Day, paid Chinese holidays, please. And the last one is paid overtime. The trick with paid overtime is that if the school is not paying you for overtime, they will make you a slave. They will enslave you. They will make you work and work and work. But if they're paying you for overtime, they will not make you work. They will try and avoid to have you at work overtime so that they don't have to pay you. Oh, Nkosliwe, end of the year bonus. Also, end of the year bonus must be the shame. I must be paid for the end of the year bonus, and I will know that's a good contract. And the last one is to pray that we have a healthy work environment, because honestly, we can only pray about that. So already going through so much, so the best we can do is just to pray that we have a healthy workplace, because ciao. Now let us talk about my salary figures. So here I have figures from 2019, when I started here working here, up to date. So yeah, in 2019 my salary was 14,000 plus accommodation, 14,000 RMBs plus accommodation. In 2020 my salary went up to 21,000. In the first semester my salary was 21,000, and in the second semester it was 30,000, because I changed my job titles. I went from homeroom to ESL. Remember what I said. And in 2021 I got a contract that is less than my previous contract, so it's less than 30,000. However, it is important to note that what makes a contract good for one person does not make it good for the next person. What is important to me right now is my peace of mind and a good working environment for my mind and my soul. So for the new teachers who will be joining the ESL world when the borders open, how much should they be getting paid? How much I think is a good offer? Realistically, when the borders open, the market rates should go down, because remember, supply and demand. However, if that was not a factor, 18 to 20,000 would be a good start. I think it would be a good start in 2022, you know, plus accommodation. But obviously you have to bear in mind the city that you're going to, because if you're going to be in a bigger city, your standard of living will be high, which means that you're going to be paying more money towards your rent than someone in a smaller city. So bear that in mind. And also in a bigger city, you'll have a lot of options of things to do, which means that you'll spend your money more than you would spend your money if you were in a smaller city. Now let's talk about how to increase your salary scale, or how to increase your salary. So number one is to finish your contracts, because that gives you a good record, and everyone needs to have a good record. So finish your contracts. Number two is to move jobs. Move from job 1 to job 2 after you finish your contract. Because so your school will only give you an increase ka 1,000 RMB. Okay, that's move jobs, because after you complete your contract, most likely if your school is giving you an increase, it will be 1,000 RMB increase. So if you're getting a new school and you're telling them, oh, my previous school was paying me 15,000 and I want something better than that, they're obviously going to budge. So make sure that when you're moving schools, you are also vocal about it. You negotiate for a better offer. Number 3, be good at your job. Put effort into your job and respect to your job. That explains itself. And the last one is be flexible about changing from one job title to the next. In my previous school, I worked as a homeroom teacher for the first semester, but the second semester I worked as an ESL teacher. My salary increased from 21 to 30. So be open-minded about that as well. So if the opportunity presents itself, be open-minded about changing the job titles. Don't just say, "You homeroom teacher, you homeroom teacher," and that's that. No, be open-minded. You can be a homeroom teacher. You can also be an ESL. Just depending on how much your school pays its ESL teachers and its homeroom teachers. But that is if you're more invested in money. I know we're here for the money, but it varies from individual to individual. So if Mali is your fighter, go for the money. And that, my friends, is the end of this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Also, leave me a comment down below and tell me if you think salaries should be confidential information or not. If you think we should openly talk about these things, or you think, oh no, I don't want to talk about my salary. But yeah, I want to know your views. Please comment on the comment section below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.